Okay, so I am taking my 3-year-old Tesla Model 3 in for a service. It's going to cost over £1,000. So in this video, I'm going to tell you everything that I'm getting checked on the car, everything that's possibly wrong, and then we'll see how the service goes and does it actually cost the full £1,000. So let's jump into it. Okay, so to book a service with your Tesla, you actually do it through the app and you just kind of point out all the issues that you want to get checked. It does flag up some things that it thinks are relevant for your age of car. Sorry if this is loud, I'm standing next to a charger. The first thing though that I wanted to get checked, the strut on my Tesla Model 3 is starting to be a little bit slow. It's taking a little bit of time to raise when I open the boot. It's also making a bit of a crunchy noise. Today it hasn't been so bad. Let me see if I can get that for you. Not too bad today, but it has been making some noise. So I want to get this strut checked because I know in a lot of people's cars that I've seen on the groups, this can sometimes break, snap, and even cause damage to the windscreen. So I want to see if that's an issue because it's definitely making some horrible noises. The next thing I'm going to do, because I've had the car for over 3 years, I don't think a wheel alignment has ever taken place on the car, even when I got the tyres replaced. So I just want to check that. So I'm going to go for a wheel alignment. It does recommend it on this service. So that's one thing I'm going to do. Now, autopilot and all of the cameras have always worked really well on my car, no issues at all. But when I booked in the service, it did ask me if I want a precision clean on the cameras. Now, I don't know too much about this. I think this is where they maybe take out the camera on the inside. They really clean the glass. I don't really know. I'll try and find out more. But it's a precision clean on all of the cameras. So it should just improve the autopilot system, the security system. So I just want to do that. The car is 3 years old, 50,000 miles almost. So I thought it'd be a good thing to do, and it only costs £40. Now, unlike most petrol and diesel cars, there aren't really a lot of fluids to change in the car. There's no cam belts or anything like that. But there is one thing that you do need to check, and that's the brake fluid. So I'm checking the brake fluid because I think it's the first time it's been done since its original service. So we're going to check the brake fluid, make sure that's all okay. Generally, the brake fluid is pretty good because you use regen braking in the car. So things like your brake pads and your brake fluids are used a lot less than a normal car. Now, let's go through this cost together. Why does this come to over £1,000? Well, I've got a maintenance brake fluid check, that's £19.80. We've got the wheel alignment check, which is £148, which seems pretty steep if you ask me. We've got the windshield camera area precision clean, that's for the cameras, that's £40. I don't know what they do, I need to find out. We've got a suspension check. Now, if you've watched my videos before, you'll know sometimes when I turn the steering wheel on the car, it made kind of like a cranky grinding sound. Now, I had the arms replaced on the car quite a while ago under warranty. It seems to be making that same noise again. Now, sometimes with these things, they just need an oil, but I want to get that inspected, so I'll let you know what happens there. They're actually charging me £132 to inspect that, which is quite a lot considering it's something that already had a fault and was replaced. And then next up, it's something I've put in here. It's the grille. I've noticed that the radiator is full of leaves, and I've seen videos online where people completely take out the front or the front boot, remove the radiator panels, and then remove all of the leaves. It seems to really collect dust. Now, what I've noticed is when I'm charging, the radiator is kind of closed. It must close off to help the battery charging, but it's full of leaves. It's not something I really want to tamper with myself. I don't want to be taking the radiator out or taking out the front. I want them to do that and do a good job of it. So for that, just the inspection is £115. I'm really hoping that for that inspection, they do the job and don't just look at it and say, well, it looks all right to us. So I'll let you know how that goes. And then the heating and AC, 3 years. The car is still getting cold, but it's not getting cold very quickly. When I first got the car, as with all air conditioning, you run it and this was like an ice box within about 30 seconds. Now it's taken a good like 10-15 minutes to really cool the car down, but that probably is just a regas issue. Any car that has air conditioning, people think they've got a fault, and sometimes you just need to regas the system. So I'm doing that, but that's £293. So I'll be interested to see if this is the inspection of the heating system, what actually costs £293. A regas probably at Tesla, I would imagine, costs about 100. So we'll find out what that costs. And then the liftgate that I mentioned earlier is £107 to have that checked. Again, I'm hoping, I'm out of warranty now. I'm hoping they do that for free. But the whole bill is £1,028. Pretty pricey to have your car serviced at Tesla. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to be driving from West Cornwall to Exeter. It's going to take me 2 hours. It's going to be a long drive just to have a car serviced, but we're going to do that so we can see what the experience is like when we get a car serviced through Tesla and to see what this costs. So I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Good morning. It's now 8 a.m. I've been to the gym and now it's time to head down to Exeter. So the appointment's at 10 a.m. an hour and 54 minutes. It is August. It is tourist season here in Cornwall, so let's hope this journey isn't too bad, but let's get on the road. Okay, so we are on our way. Now, when I was thinking back to yesterday when I reeled off the list of jobs that I've got Tesla to do, I thought actually it sounds pretty bad, like there's loads and loads of faults, but probably half of those jobs that I added on are actually just like optional ones that you can add on that, to be honest, normally I don't think I would, like the precision clean, things like that. I don't think I would add on the wheel alignment. Like my tyres are okay, but I just thought because it's 3 years in, I just want to see how much Tesla actually charged for these things, and maybe I should do it just because I've got a long way to go as well. Exeter is my closest service centre, which is 2 hours away. So I've just arrived at Tesla Exeter, and this is where you see a major difference in servicing a Tesla versus a normal car. So I've just pulled up in the car park of Tesla Exeter. I haven't told them I'm here, and inside my car, this has popped up on the screen as I hit park. It says open your Tesla app, follow the instructions to start your service appointment, stay updated, track your appointment progress live in your Tesla app, review your service summary, view your service summary in your Tesla app, and then follow your instructions in your Tesla app to pick up your Tesla. So it's all done kind of semi-automatically. It's not that feeling you get. I know my wife gets this when she goes to the garage. She drops a car off. You don't know if they've started the work. You don't know what the progress is. Have they done this? Have they done that? It's all done within the Tesla app. Honestly, it makes it so much easier. And this is one thing that I'd kind of forgotten about, but I really, really like. So let's get set up on this app. Okay, so I've just essentially spun the car around. Confirm drop-off, ensure the vehicle is parked at the service centre, car park, and remove pin to drive. So I need to do that. Okay, confirm drop-off. Yes. Your service team has been notified that your vehicle has been dropped off. And I think we're pretty much ready to go. We get a repair estimate in there as well. Repair progress, estimate completed, Thursday the 14th of August at 5 o'clock. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to leave the car here. I'm going to take my laptop and bits out of the car, head into Exeter to a coffee shop and get my work done for the day and hopefully turn up with a fully serviced car. So this is nice. They've let me borrow the new Model Y, so I'm back in the new Model Y again. So I'm just going to go find a coffee shop. I need to get a load of work done. So I'm going to head into Exeter, get a bit of work done, and then come back later on. But yeah, new Model Y. Let's go. And it cost a lot less than the estimate in the Tesla app, which I've found a few times actually. So it cost just over £816. So did they find any issues? Did we get anything more? Did we get anything less? Let's break down what this service cost and what issues they found with the car. Oh, and by the way, they give it a nice little clean, ready for my drive back to Cornwall. Back in the car, I've put the car on the supercharger just so I've got enough juice to get me back to Cornwall. Now let's go through the final invoice for my service. So the maintenance, £19.80 for checking the brake fluid. So it doesn't look like they replaced the brake fluid, but they did check it. Maintenance, £148, performed 4 wheel alignment and check adjustment. Now I do need 4 new tyres, so I'm going to come back in a few weeks' time and get those when we head down to Chichester. That was £148. Maintenance, £40.36. This is performing the precision cleaning of the front-facing camera on the windshield. So, as I said in the intro, I don't really have any problems with the cameras at all, but hopefully this should make them even better, or at least clearer for autopilot. Suspension, £125.40. So, The customer reported a creaking sound from the suspension after a recent control arm replacement, which I did have. This was verified during a road test and inspection. The noise was caused by the front lateral links contacting the aero shield. The technician modified the aero shield to resolve the issue. After the modification, the vehicle was tested and the noise was no longer present, confirming the effectiveness of the repair. So I think this is something I'm going to have to keep an eye on, because they've been, replaced, been repaired again. We'll keep an eye on that. £125. The grille. So this is a big one for me. So the customer noticed the radiator was full of leaves and debris, causing the fan and air conditioning to run constantly, which was verified during inspection. The issue was caused and accumulated by debris in the condenser. The technician cleaned out the debris from the condenser. After the service, the air conditioning and fan were checked and found to be operating normally. Now, I did just use my iPhone and go and film under the car. It's quite hard to see in there, but I'll put this shaky shot in. And as you can see, they've removed the leaves. I don't know if they've taken the full radiator out or just got to that little bit at the front that you can see. I'm assuming they've done the whole thing. And I'll let you know if I see a big change now with the fans constantly being on. I'll update that in a future video. But I've seen a lot of YouTube videos of people taking their entire frunk out, taking the whole pretty much bumper off the front of the Model 3. And to me, that seemed like a risky thing to do, something where I could break those catches. And just to let you know, that cost £33. So if you're taking your car in for a service, I think for the hassle, 33 quid to have that cleaned out, I think that's pretty damn good. 33 quid. I thought that was going to be a big job because of everything they had to do, but £33 if it works. Next one, big cost this one, £293. This is the heating and AC. So technician inspected the vehicle and confirmed the air conditioning was not cooling as expected. They recharged the air conditioning system with refrigerant. After the service, the air conditioning tested and found to be operating correctly. So as I said, it's taken ages for the car to get cold or hot, or it's just not maintaining the temperature very well. Again, I'll let you know in an update video, as I'm going to be driving now for the next couple of hours. Hopefully that's fixed, because that means the car's just going to be nice and cold, and it's August, so you don't want blisteringly hot Model 3 when you come in. Last one, so this one's a little disappointing. So the lift gate, this is the boot, the noise it was making, and then that kind of creaking sound. So it says basically they couldn't find the noise and they couldn't find any issue. They did diagnostics and it appears to be okay. Maybe, hopefully it's just, I don't know, needs a bit of oiling or something like that. But it's something I want to keep an eye on. I've seen this as a common issue in Model 3s on a lot of the Facebook groups and forums, where eventually that thing just snaps and, it's either okay and you just can't open your boot, or even worse, it smashes your glass. So that was £19 to inspect that. So actually, all in all, I don't think the service is too bad. They haven't overcharged for items. The maintenance tasks they've done have come in at the price they estimated or under. And the original quote was over £1,000, and the price I paid is £816. How many times have you got your car serviced and the price is less than they originally quoted? It's very, very rare, isn't it? So I just want to say a big thank you to Tesla here today in Exeter. The staff are amazing here. If you live near the area or you're thinking of getting a Tesla, definitely recommend coming down, and it's a good place to get it serviced. Obviously, probably a little bit more expensive than some garages, but I think with an EV, I think it's probably worth getting it serviced at Tesla, because it's not something you have to do that often. So I hope that's helped. Let me know if it has, if that's kind of worried you about the servicing costs of a Tesla after 4 years. It just shows there's not really any huge issues in this car after 4 years. I'll keep you updated, because I'm going to be doing that big review. 50,000 miles, 4-year-old Tesla Model 3. What do I think? How have these white seats held up in that time? That video will be coming soon, but I thought I would do this video for you today, as I know a lot of people are interested in this subject. So make sure to like and subscribe if you are new here, and I'll see you in the next video.